Good afternoon, Excellencies, Mr. Gabriel Obian Lima, Excellencies that are joining us today, distinguished guests and colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to this session of the second GCF International Gas Seminar. I will deliver a short and concise presentation, even considering the rich discussion that we can have over the topic. My name is Roberto Arenas. I'm the head of the Data and Information Services Department of GCF. And today I will walk you through how digitalization is transforming the natural gas business. My participation instructor has introduced in this slide, and only 7 topics will be addressed. Don't bother to read it all. You will see one by one. We'll go first about the concepts. Nowadays, digitization and digitalization words are very often used as equal terms. Even when they are similar, here you can see both definitions. I will be referring to the one that is on the left side. That is one step ahead of only converting analog data to bits and bytes. Assuming the definition quoted from the Gartner glossary, and just starting this presentation, we can say that a digital natural gas business is not a thing of the future. All elements are at hand. To continue digging of the subject, let's move forward and talk about disruptive technologies. And when you heard the term, the first thing that comes to our minds are the new trends in data, statistics, and processing, such as machine learning, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, blockchain, augmented reality, big data analytics, and others. Each of these technologies are finding its comfort zone in many areas along all the natural gas value chain, conventional and not conventional, we may add. Energy storage, natural gas plus hydrogen, transport substrates for high hydrogen content, natural gas, fracking, horizontal drilling generating shale gas, floating LNG, are just a few sectors in which data is a real commodity and is a key for the further development of the business. We all know that segments of exploration and production in natural gas, in particular, exploration and production in natural gas industry in particular, is managed with huge volume and variety of data, changing instantly on real time, combining constantly a variety of information upon which knowledge is extracted and decisions are made consequently. But what we saw only 5 years ago in terms of data storage and processing is really the past. We are witnessing, with the development of interconnected sensors over the field, how Internet of Things and 5G data mobile transmissions will transform the way the data gathering in our industry. In this scenario, the model of conventional data centers is also changing dramatically. Since it's not a secret that the amount of data will continue increasing, the industry will surely use extensively cloud computing, mainly to store and pull together power processing capacity. In-house or out-premises cloud? That's the question. Privacy and cybersecurity are also areas that are changing to respond to demand. With the raw data and its storage increasing, the use of big data techniques for quality management, data curation, and processing to get information and knowledge that will support decisions is not an event of tomorrow. It's happening today. With the technologies and events that we just mentioned, the natural gas industry is not moving, it's evolving. Being affordable, environmentally friendly, and the perfect partner for renewables, the conditions are set for its growth, no doubt about it. The benefit of the implementation of these technologies can bring to natural gas industry are For instance, optimization in the workflow planning and execution by working scenario simulations. Introduction of operational knowledge-based e-logs books, and on-site augmented reality-assisted work, just to name a few. However, when referring to traditional model, upstream, midstream, downstream, to circumscribe the opportunities, it is clear that upstream solutions has been enabled and boosted by these new technologies, like, for instance, drills automation, wells monitoring, smart oils and gas fields, equipment failure prevention, predictive analysis and preemptive material management, mobile analysis, analytics and dashboard, field force management for safety and security, seismic data quality. Again, just to mention a few. In terms of increasing the efficiency, these technologies allow us to reduce the upstream operational downtime and equipment failure by predictive and preventive management, only feasible by comprehensive and guided implementation of behavioral analytics, such as AOT, big data, and AI. According to McKinsey, technology can help to unlock 50 to 70 billion US dollars in cost saving annually for upstream gas operation alone in 2035. Midstream facilities can reduce their operational downtime and equipment failures as well. Midstream enabling solutions such as transportation monitoring, optimization, gas storage monitoring and optimization, intelligent asset management, legacy plant assessment, improved automation are part of this evolution. In the downstream, the impact of achieving efficiency and cost reduction by the use of this technology is difficult to orchestrate by a single entity. However, the opportunities are diverse and complex. The main focus in current solutions is the making available to final consumers and the energy commodity suppliers data, increasing by this way the awareness of the energy and efficiency. While improving the safety and confidence by the use of this solution, there is a good chance to see the increase of the use of natural gas in the retail sector. Stock expenses monitoring tools and energy fuel consumption optimization options for industrial clients, the use and implementation of smart CNG gas tank logistics and market management, customer awareness of the energy prices and offer by diverse electronic channels using geolocation and advertisements are few envisions enabling efficiency and cost reductions in the medium long term. What I just said, it maybe sounds as science fiction, but it's not. Performance management decision making are built upon knowledge, know-how and expertise consolidated only on the basis of availability of huge volume of data and information that must be captured on real time, processed rapidly, and analyzed efficiently. And to do so, devices and adequate technologies as artificial intelligence, big data, cloud-based system, and more are required to meet business expectations. We are not talking here about what will happen. Engineers are developing exactly what we are just mentioned. And GCF countries acknowledges this, move toward to enhance the R&D collaboration. At country level, research institutions and development centers are dedicated to bring light and implement with the collaboration of the respective governments, innovation approach, and up-to-date developments for the industry of natural gas, in particular, and energy in a more general way. When it comes to R&D spending as a whole, they are relatively modest for GCF countries, ranging about 0.1 and 2.1 of GDP. Supporting our countries, GCF is currently under the process of implementation of the Gcf Gas Research Institute, which is located in Algeria. The GRI is an instrument to strengthen and improve the analysis, technology transfer, training, research and development the gas industry through cooperation and coordination among all GCF countries. The ambition of the GRI is to be a world-class research institute to unlock the full potential of gas through technology collaboration and contribute with the digital natural gas business. Another study from McKinsey estimates that oil and gas sector in its capital expenditure could be potentially reduced by 20%, considering that these technologies will be used efficiently. This research also points that operating costs can be cut by 3 to 5%. For us, we see a good opportunity setting the strategies to the increase and the ease to reach of the resource and energy to the final consumer. Allow me to draw a picture in words. Sorry. Imagine provide a diverse offer of low-cost options for fast and expedite exchange of goods and services through a visible and accessible transportation network and user-friendly financial services, while connected to the energy and resources providers, generating a service-based ecosystem with the use of mobile phones and similar devices and network connections, internet, easily available in emerging markets. This should sound familiar. I'm not talking about something out of the blue. Of course, challenges are diverse and incumbents are taking the main scene in the solutions available to final users. Emerging markets can adopt rapidly new technologies to expedite and make simple the mechanism of exchange. On the other hand, emerging markets are usually characterized by fast growth and require quick and efficient actions to be taken. Needs at the earliest stage may not be met because of lack of infrastructure or commercial and technical issues related to connecting distances, access to information for further exploitation and decisions. But in this context, digitalization can definitely make the difference, changing and ensure the fluidity of access and exchange of knowledge that are compulsory elements requested for the evolution and expansion of these markets. But interconnection can have a downside. I'll be blunt on this. In fact, the adoption of digitalization in the energy value chain and with its current development increase the number of vectors, entrants, and opportunities for the attackers, hence affecting the unauthorized activities rate at all levels. Cyber attacks with total power outage outcome has been in the news this year. However, to give some perspective, on one hand, even when they can have a big impact, these incidents are not as frequent as natural disasters. On the other hand, we can say that when natural disasters are an act of God and we have no war whatsoever over its occurrences, a cyber attack is a man-made event, and it is entirely up to us to tackle these issues. We are optimistic. Today, affections are leading to increased cybersecurity budget expenditures, policy allocation and compliance activities by national and international organizations. We consider a right direction this approach. But even when the tools should be regulated, we consider that the problem impacts different areas. Regulation, yes, must be in place. Consequences of bad behavior should be well known, but further developments in this technology need to continue, must continue. And a better global development environment, intergovernmental and multilateral discussions are necessary, are needed to address the problem that could arise and to regulate what should be necessary. With all these previous mentioned developments, when it comes to LNG, we see positive progress. According to the Global Gas Outlook, the perspective of evolution of demand for natural gas in the global energy mix is characterized by promising trends of growth over the next period up to 2050. Within this pattern, fulfilled global demand for natural gas will be ensured inter alia by growing capacities of liquefaction of natural gas. In the other side of the equation, LNG demands, it's well set to secure the construction of new capacities of liquefaction and infrastructure. Indeed, LNG and natural gas is in general considered today as safe and less polluting source of energy. The new liquefaction plants are designed with even efficient and more environmental performance, and innovative technologies will help to maximize LNG production, optimizing the life cycle cost. Siemens, for instance, pointed that digital integration of the topside equipment in the LNG plant resulted in an efficiency of 50% greater than other options. We are confident that the implementation of these technologies and others would boost further the value of LNG industries, particularly liquefaction and regasification areas, and surely the natural gas industry as a whole in the more global way. To deploy the technology, the need of investment and R&D is a challenge in all cases. And when we refer to the consuming sector, confront its massive deployment requires also time. Having said that, huge opportunities to raise energy efficiency for energy consuming sectors such as transport, domestic and commercial and industrial sectors, as well as power generation, are at hand. The actions of energy sectors and their transition toward fulfilling global sustainable development targets and zero carbon emissions by the second half of this century is required. All the parties' participations, but notably the consumers, are needed. We see how transportation has become smarter and more connected, helping to decrease its costs as well. And also, the shared mobility business is based on service of car sharing providers using mobile apps. Residential and commercial buildings can reduce significantly its total energy consumption, in particular through the use of a smart thermostat, smart sensors, and smart lighting. And in this context, emerging information and communication technologies will ensure the access to required information needed for a successful development of the industry. They will allow to measure and track energy deficiencies, foster real dialogue between energy consumers, producers, and policymakers, and facilitate the process of better decision making. To wrap up my intervention, the 7 points that I mentioned. Natural gas business is evolving. Digital natural gas business is here. Disruptive technologies and the so-called unicorn companies are now ubiquitous. GCF countries are not only investing individually in R&D, but also pooling resources for the Gcf Gas Research Institute. Emerging markets will benefit of the new technologies, and even considering cybersecurity risk, progress on these topics are in the right direction. LNG value chain is also part of this transformation, and for all, ICT is the necessary enabler to create the synergy in this area. Thank you.